The story begins, where we see our main leads, who are climbing a mountain. After climbing that mountain, both of them watch the sunrise and look very happy in their lives. But in the next scene, we are shown that both of them are sitting beside each other, but they are not talking to each other. At this time, they are in a meeting, where the doctor is telling everyone that they have found a new method for surgery, where they are discussing spinal surgery. After that, he calls our hero Tae Ju because he is the one who has found this new method. But Tae Ju starts saying that at this time he has an emergency, meaning that he has to go and see a patient. Because of that, he leaves from there. Everyone keeps looking at him, wondering how he could just leave like that. We also see Seon, who looks a little angry. In the next scene, we see that he is performing surgery. On the other side, we are shown Seon, where she meets an old man whose name is Chairman Kim. Her father is also there, meaning Dr. Ko, who is her father. Chairman Kim's surgery is going to happen after a while. On the other side, we see Tae Ju coming out of the operation theater, where he hears some voices outside. Just then, a nurse comes to him. She tells him that there is a lady outside who is shouting very loudly because her husband's surgery is supposed to happen. Right now, they do not have any surgeon available, because of which it is getting delayed. That is why the lady is crying very loudly. We are shown that lady, who is crying at this time. She keeps asking them to perform her husband's surgery as soon as possible, but the security guards start taking her outside. Just then, Tae Ju stops them and starts checking her husband. But he finds out that her husband is not even able to walk properly because yesterday he had lifted some heavy stuff. After listening to the lady, Tae Ju says that he will perform his operation. After hearing this, Nurse Yoon goes to Seon because President Kim's surgery was supposed to happen. As soon as Yoon hears everything, she comes to Tae Ju and starts saying that this time slot belongs to the VIP patient. His surgery was supposed to happen. You cannot just perform anyone's surgery according to your own wish. Tae Ju replies that the man needs surgery. There he also explains that man's condition and says that if his surgery is not done as soon as possible, then that man may never be able to walk again. At that time, the man is brought in. The lady is crying very badly. Seon sees all this. But even after seeing everything, she says that you have to work according to the hospital schedule. Tae Ju says that performing this man's surgery right now is more important. After hearing this, Seon gets angry and says that you always have some excuse. After saying this, she leaves from there. But we see Tae Ju, who still goes to perform that man's surgery. As soon as he is about to start the surgery, Dr. Ko arrives there, who is his father-in-law, meaning Seon's father. He starts stopping him and says that before this, you have to perform Director Kim's surgery. But Tae Ju says that he has already started the operation. However, Dr. Ko does not agree, because of which Tae Ju starts shouting and tells him to leave from there. Dr. Ko still does not listen to him, because of which Tae Ju shouts at him again and tells him to get out, which is quite rude. We see that Seon is standing outside hearing and watching all of this. The next day, we see Tae Ju at his house. Early in the morning, he wakes up and makes coffee for himself. After some time, Seon also comes there to get coffee for herself. Here, she does not respond to Tae Ju, because of which Tae Ju starts apologizing and says that next time he will work according to the schedule. Seon says that Chairman Kim sponsors our hospital a lot. You know the hospital rules, right? Even then, you broke them. Tae Ju says that those rules were made by you and your father. But Seon does not hear that properly. We see him saying that he will apologize to both her father and Chairman Kim. Tae Ju does exactly that. He starts apologizing to Dr. Ko. At this time, Dr. Ko is angry with him and says that you even told me to get out, meaning you told me to leave from there. And you said it very rudely. I did not like that. Here, he says many things to him. But we see Tae Ju quietly listening to everything and continuously apologizing. Tae Ju comes out feeling sad, where the nurses are talking about him. Here, we are also shown Dr. Choi, who is Tae Ju's friend. We see Tae Ju going into the lift. Just then, a girl named Miss Cha comes there. Tae Ju leaves, but then Choi comes there and asks Miss Cha if she would like to go for coffee with him. But she refuses him. Tae Ju comes out of the lift, where he sees his wife, Seon, standing in front of him. At this time, she is going to a meeting. He stops her and thanks her because she was the one who convinced Chairman Kim. She even cleared everything in front of the media. Because of that, he thanks her. But she says that it was her duty. She did not do all of that because of him. At first, it looked like she had done all of this because of him. But she clearly says that she did not do any of it because of him. In the next scene, we see Seon stopping at a place. Just then, a family comes in front of her. After seeing them, she becomes emotional, and we are shown a flashback in which some doctors are trying to save someone. In the present, after thinking about all that, Seon starts crying very badly. On the other side, we see Tae Ju, whose friend Choi comes to meet him and says, "What are you doing here?" Here, we come to know that Choi is his childhood friend. Meaning, his school friend. Here, he starts talking about Tae Ju and Seon's relationship. He says that you should talk to her properly. He even says that you should tell her the truth. From what I can see, your relationship is not going to last for much longer. It will end. So you should do something. Because of that, Tae Ju prepares dinner for Seon. Everything there is Seon's favorite, but Seon refuses it and leaves from there. After taking a shower, Seon comes back and sits there. Here, Tae Ju is serving wine for her. But both of them start holding the bottle. Because of that, the bottle slips from their hands and breaks. The climbing item that they use also falls down. Because of that, Seon gets angry and says that whenever both of them stay together, everything only gets ruined. Tae Ju says that he will fix it and starts saying that he will join it back together. She says that your relationship has also broken into pieces just like this. You cannot fix it. Tae Ju says, "Tell me what I have to do because I do not know what I should do." Seon says, "Just stay the way you have always been." Tae Ju says, "Come on, I will fix this." We see Seon getting up to leave. Tae Ju stops her and says, "Let's end this." Here, he starts talking to her about taking a divorce. But Seon says that she does not want to give him a divorce. Because of that, Tae Ju asks for the reason and says that when you yourself said that nothing between us can ever become right. No matter how much I try, nothing is ever going to become right. Then just give me a divorce, but she refuses. She says that you are giving me a divorce because I am not giving you what you want. The next day, we see both of them at a party. Here, we see Tae Ju standing with Choi and telling him about the divorce. Choi asks him what he is going to do after that. Do you have enough money to open a new clinic? After their conversation ends, we see Miss Cha coming there. She starts congratulating him and says that he has done a very good job. At this time, from behind, his wife is watching him. Miss Cha says that you have always done very good work. His wife comes from behind, and Miss Cha leaves from there. Seon comes to him and congratulates him. Meaning, she is congratulating him because of his project. She asks him to make a toast, but he refuses. Because of that, Seon starts talking about the divorce. Here, she says the word divorce loudly once again. Tae Ju says that this is not the right place to talk about it, and then he leaves from there. He comes to his brother and mother's place. Meaning, they run a hotel. After coming there, his mother brings food for him. He starts eating, and then his mother brings some more food for his wife. In the next scene, we see Tae Ju sitting with his brother. Here he drinks and tells his brother everything that is going on in his life. His brother says that they should give it a little more time because this is how marriages are. After drinking, he starts walking alone at night. After that, he calls a company and asks them to send their driver. After a while, a man arrives there. At this time, Tae Ju is heavily drunk. The man takes him home. In the next scene, we see Seon lying on the bed. At that moment, someone is standing behind her. Seon thinks that it is her husband, but it is not Tae Ju. It is someone else. In the morning, Tae Ju wakes up and sees that he has missed some calls. Tae Ju gets up and all his belongings are still there. He notices that his wife is not in the room. The climbing gear is lying beside him. After ignoring everything, Tae Ju leaves for the hospital. Just then, he receives a call from an unknown number. The man introduces himself as last night's driver and says that you did not pay me for last night. Because of this, Tae Ju asks for his account number. But after a while, the man starts talking about his wife. Because of this, Tae Ju gets angry and cuts the call. We then see him reaching the hospital, where Choi comes in front of him. Choi says that your wife did not come to play golf today, and that cannot be possible because yesterday she asked someone to call me there, meaning, she had called a director there, but today she did not come. How can that be possible? Then Tae Ju calls his wife. But the same driver answers the call. Tae Ju asks, "Who are you, and where is my wife?" The man says that last night you were the one who told me to kill her. But then the man tells him that your wife is still alive. However, as soon as you give me the money, I will kill her. Tae Ju tells him not to do that. The man pretending to be the driver gets angry. Then he sends him a video in which Tae Ju is drunk and saying that he wants to get away from his wife. That was not what he actually meant. But the man keeps saying that you should give me the money, and I will kill your wife. Tae Ju keeps asking him to stop and says that he was drunk at that time. Then the man says that if you want to save your wife, you have to give me 1 billion won. Because of this, Tae Ju agrees. The man also threatens him that if you do not bring the money within 3 hours, I will kill your wife. Guys, he is in his office. This time, he cannot understand anything. Because of this, he calls the driver company. The company tells him that our driver never even reached you because you did not answer the call. Then he goes to his car and checks the CCTV footage. That is also completely blank. Then he realizes that the man who came pretending to be the driver last night had kidnapped his wife. At the same time, we are shown that same kidnapper pushing someone's car into the water. On the other side, we see Tae Ju, who has already reached in front of the police station. Just then, he receives another call from the same kidnapper, and this time it is a video call. We see Seon, whom he is drowning in the water. After seeing this, Tae Ju becomes extremely angry. He is also a little scared. He keeps saying, "Don't do this." The kidnapper says that I had already warned you not to do anything wrong. Even though he does not want to, Tae Ju has no choice but to obey him. We then see him going to many places to arrange the money. But he cannot arrange the money from anywhere. After that, he starts talking to that man. He tells him that the money has been arranged. Here he shows him the money only from the top of the bag. After seeing the money, the man calls him to a place. We then see Tae Ju rushing towards that place as quickly as possible. At one turn, a scooter suddenly comes in front of Tae Ju. The rider falls down while trying to save the scooter. Tae Ju gets out of his car and goes towards that man. The man asks, "Where is the 1 billion won?" Tae Ju cannot understand anything. Then the man once again asks, "Where is my money?" Just as Tae Ju is about to understand what is happening, we see that man shocks him with an electric device and knocks him unconscious on the spot.